Well, we are starting this edition from Bangladesh, where at least 37 people have died after a parked ferry caught fire near the rural town of Jalokati, some 250 kilometers south of the capital city of Dhaka. While most of the people died from the deadly fire, few died by drowning. The blaze on the three-decked vessel started in mid-river near the town of Jalokati as it sailed from Dhaka towards the Barguna town. The blaze was believed to have originated in the engine room, which later spread to the entire vessel. As many as 500 people were reportedly on board the vessel. This is the latest maritime tragedy to hit the low-lying South Asian nation. Experts in the South Asian nation have blamed poor maintenance and lack of safety standards to be behind such accidents.
The death toll from the sinking of a cargo ship off the northeastern coast of Madagascar has risen to 83, the country's maritime agency said on Wednesday. Mami Randrianovan, Director of Operations at Sea at the Maritime and River Port Authority, said the ship was overloaded and water flooded the engine when it sank on Monday. It was not authorized to take passengers. 50 survivors have been found, and the search continues for 5 missing passengers. Late on Monday, one of the search helicopters crashed at sea. Among the passengers, General Serge Gell, who heads the National Gendarmerie. He was found alive on Tuesday morning.
The water levels in this river in Pahang State, Malaysia, may have gone down, but the destruction caused by the floods is evident. Water overflowed onto highways, making some roads impassable for days. Pahang is the worst-hit state, with around 40,000 people displaced. Some towns are still cut off, accessible only by boat. But in some areas, floodwaters have begun to recede, and people are starting to return to their homes. Water rose quickly and unexpectedly, leaving many with barely enough time to save themselves, much less salvage their belongings.
With the Beijing Winter Olympics just around the corner, Japan has now said that it will not send government officials to the upcoming Winter Games. Japanese government, however, has not called the decision a diplomatic boycott. During a press briefing, top government spokesperson Hirokazu Matsuno said that the government has no plans of sending political representatives to the upcoming Games. Japan will, however, send some officials with direct ties to the Games, including Tokyo 2020 chief Seiko Hashimoto and Japanese Olympic Committee head Yashiro Yamashita. The upcoming Winter Olympics has been hit by a flurry of diplomatic boycotts. The United States, Britain, Australia and Canada announced diplomatic boycotts earlier this month over China's alleged rights abuse in Xinjiang province.
Well, Kim Potter's defense attorneys had argued throughout this trial that this was simply a tragic mistake that someone who had been on the force for many years, for 26 years, made. However, the prosecution argued that the fact that she confused her taser and her gun, which is what happened, she was going to get her taser and instead went for her gun and shot and killed Daunte Wright, that showed negligence and recklessness, and that was what they needed to prove in order to get the jury on their side, to get the jury to find Kim Potter guilty on both the first-degree manslaughter and the second-degree manslaughter. There was no intent there. There was no question of intent, simply the fact that she acted recklessly and that the way she acted was negligent, and it seemed that the jury finally, after about 4 days of deliberations, agreed with the prosecution's case.
Several people were sent to a hospital in the northeast Nigerian city of Maiduguri after being injured when jihadists on Thursday allegedly fired rocket onto the city, killing at least 4 people. According to emergency services, several other people were injured in 3 neighborhoods. The Borno state capital was at the time preparing for an official visit by President Buhari. Residents blamed the attack on the Islamic State in West Africa, which is active in the region. In the past, ISWAP and its rival Boko Haram launched deadly rocket attacks on Maiduguri during the jihadist insurgency. In early December, the jihadists fired 2 rockets into the city, hitting 2 houses in Gomari and Bulunkutu, but this time without causing any casualties, according to residents.
Belgium is on course to shut down 7 of its current nuclear reactors as planned by 2025, but it is now not ruling out the possibility of investing in a new generation of nuclear power. According to a new government agreement, it is now thought there could be an estimated €100 million of further investment into the research of small modular reactors.
The former president of Democratic Republic of Congo, Joseph Kabila, is planning to sue Media House and a group of NGOs for what he termed act of defamation and manipulation on an alleged report that he siphoned off over $138 million over 5 years. His lawyers have now headed to court. Meanwhile, Kabila's close allies and supporters have vowed to protect the former president from any attacks they label tarnishing.